What's up, YouTube? This is Ryder, and before I go into the fish room, I'll show you the update. I just want to say to be prepared for anything in this hobby. So, that being said, I'm going to take you in and show you what happened. Alright, if you guys have noticed, this is a different tank. This is actually my old 29-gallon. It has mostly everything from the Frag tank is in here. The only thing that's not are the anemones, and they're in a bucket with a heater and a power head. And, yeah. So, I should probably tell you what happened. Okay, this is what happened. Frag tank's over here. And, it split. And right in this corner, to be specific, right now it's in the process of being re-cemented. But if you guys noticed, this whole Eurobrace part that was right here never sealed, which was probably a huge factor in this seam right here splitting. And it split, I don't know, all the way down to about here, and I didn't notice it for a while until it actually started to drip off of the edge. Off of the edge of the tank, off the edge of the stand, and so I drained everything into. It was so frustrating. I had this filled up. I had 29 half filled up. I had every bucket you see in here was filled with water from the Frag tank, and I still had extra water. So I was like dumping water out just to get this tank all the way drained. And the reason I couldn't just drop it down, I can't really show you guys because I took it off. The reason, where is the overflow box? Oh, it's on the ground. But the overflow box, which was siliconed in, which is the first problem, didn't seal all the way. So the water just kept draining down into the sump, all the way down to the bulkheads, which is why I needed to get this completely drained out and get the coral moved over, because I had to completely drain this no matter what. To fix the seam, and so oh, it's such a nightmare. Okay, so right now it's being in the process of being cemented. I have clamps going crossway to keep this panel straight-ish. I'm also debating on. I have a couple of options about how I'm going to patch the tank, but right now the best option for me probably would be to cut off about 2 inches of the tank. Get a 48 by 24 piece of acrylic, same as the bottom. Paste that on top of this, or within. I haven't really found out what's better. Probably be within, so it would be 43 by 23, I think. And then that would sit at the same level as this. So it would look just like this, but this would be a pane of solid pane. And then I would cut out 2 big holes or 3 big holes for me to get my hands in. That way, I'm not relying on, sorry, it's not focusing. I'm not relying on this seam and this seam joining, because this would be just one solid piece, and it would be relatively thick. So, I don't think I explained that very well, but I take a 43 by 23 sheet and set it in the same place as these Euro braces are, and then so these Euro braces would be gone. So I'd set it in here at this level and cement it in, so it would be one solid piece. Then it would be a acrylic box, and then I'd cut out holes for that. I think that was better explained. That would give me a little bit more strength, a little bit more peace of mind. The next problem is the overflow box, which is over here on the ground. I've been debating on whether or not I want to use the overflow box again. A local fish store that I go to called Reefwise has it where it's just dursos like this with some sponge in there, with some teeth, and gets the surface skimming going that way. I think that would be the best route, because I wouldn't have to rely on a box. And then, assuming this is completely sealed, which I would have to, that would be the way. It would only drop below those teeth, since down there would be, since in this hole here, this pipe would be completely cemented in. so completely watertight. But yeah, let's get away from this. I'll show you guys kind of what's going on in here. Still have my halides, my old CPR, my old 29. Right now, what I want to do is just completely stress the importance of having an extra tank around, because you never know when something stupid or awful like this is going to happen. So if you have a big tank, especially those with bigger tanks, 60 plus gallons, have an extra 20, 30 gallon laying around in case something like this happens. In a perfect world, I would have had another frag tank. I could have just swapped them out, but it's not a perfect world. So this is the best I could do in this scenario. But one thing you notice is this is a 30 gallon tank. This is half the size, but I'm still using my same equipment. And the way that's working is dosing cut in half. So literally numbers are split right down the middle, and that's what's going on with dosing. But as for the return pump, if you guys remember, this pump is actually rated for 1,200 gallons per hour almost. Maybe right around 1,000 actually. I think it's 1,200 without head pressure, so it's right about 1,000 with 3 feet of head pressure. And it's a little too strong for this 600 gallon per hour overflow box. So what I had to do was reroute water to the sump. Luckily, I planned on having a reroute in case the pump was ever too big for my situation. So I have a T here, and I have it slightly open, so some of the water from the pump is getting rerouted back to here, keeping the water level constant in this chamber and up at the top in the overflow box. And you can see through, I'm getting relatively good amount of circulation through the tank. I'm not sure on the exact number of gallons per hour, but everything's staying relatively level. It's okay. I'm using my same heaters, my same lights. I dropped the halides down a little bit because there's a little bit more water. Actually, no, they might be raised. I'm not sure. I think they're about the same as what they were. I might need to drop them down a little bit. But all the fish are in here, which is I'm not happy about. I'm debating on moving the clownfish in with the anemones, which are in here, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, so I really just stress the importance of having an extra tank around. Also, importance of having extra salt water around, extra fresh water. Always have something. Never, oh, I ran out and make some. Always, always, always have some on hand. Because if I didn't have this tank, if I would have sold it, I would be pretty shit out of luck right now. Excuse my language. I wouldn't know what to do. I would be rushing to Petco to get a tank while this was dripping all over my house. So, like I said, kind of be prepared. Getting back to the anemones, I have the Radion. It's kind of unprogrammed right now. It's sitting in some weird mode, but I can show you guys with my new box I made. I made a look-down box. Oh, sorry. A couple days ago, I made a look-down box. Some teeth on the bottom so that doesn't scratch. I'm not exactly sure if I can. Let me see if I can move the Radion over a smidgen without dropping it into the water, because that would be another disaster I'm not in the mood for. So I can show you guys what's going on in here. This is probably one of the cooler things I did this week. So I just have the anemones on the rock here with a power head and a heater. You can see some nice bulbous algae. I have the mushroom coral and some other stuff in here, but right now this system is, there's no really bioload in here, so I have a couple water changes and I should be good to go. In the meantime, I fixed the other tank. But yeah, so anemones are both doing pretty good, I hope. Yeah, that's really all I can really say here. I'm not sure if the look-down box will fit in this tank, but we can try. Oh, it does. Barely fits. So you guys can see kind of a cool view I could never really show you guys before, top down, on all the corals and stuff. Show you the clams over here, stuff like that. So everything's doing okay. I went to a new fish store the other day and picked up, where are they? I think they're right below here. The bright green one in the middle of your screen is a Hawkins Echinana, and then the purple tipped one in the middle, it's kind of camouflaged in the shadows, but that's a purple Nana from Aura, and then this pink tipped one on the right there is a Aura Red Planet. So I got a couple cool corals from a new local fish store. I'll give you guys a side view here of those corals here. Hawkins in the middle, Red Planet on the right. But yeah, so everything is kind of bouncing back. Might have to move some of the coral around, and the fish around, but luckily everything is kind of stable. Oh, and I had some heat packs, so I can ship out some coral. If you guys want some coral, I'll see something you like. But anyway, that's really all I have for today. I'll let you guys know when I reset up the frag tank, but I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with that. So I will see you guys later in the next video. Hopefully it's a little bit more uplifting and not stressful. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.